Hello amigos, ¿cómo están? My name is Dan and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking all about Richard Ledezma, who is apparently an all but confirmed Chivas player now. Obviously it hasn't been confirmed yet, so this video could blow up in my face, but I thought, you know what, it looks like, from all accounts, that it's done and dusted and that we've got him. So I just want to talk about him a little bit, my views, my opinions, my reactions to it. Obviously, look into the player himself. Obviously, most people know who he is. He's a Mexican American. He plays for the Eredivisie, PS3. He's just won the league over there, which is awesome for him as well. But his contract's run up. Apparently, they've not renewed or he's not accepted. I'm not quite sure which is which. Some people say he's chosen to leave. Some people say that yeah, some people say PSV wanted him to stay. Some people say PSV wanted happy for him to leave. But at the end of the day, his contracts run out in the summer, and obviously the new clubs are going to be in for him, and it looks like Chivas are getting him on the free, which is awesome for the club because obviously it saves what little money we have. And then, okay, we go into the positions. So obviously for PSV, he mainly plays as a right back, but he's basically a midfielder in my opinion. I think that's what we're signing him as, either an attacking midfielder or just a box-to-box midfielder. I kind of don't want to see him at right back right now. I think Gomez is there. He's established himself, I think, as a starting right back. He's doing brilliantly. He's rising through the ranks, a bit like what Mateo Chavez did at left back. And I kind of don't want to disrupt that, to be honest with you. Ledezma is awesome, but he's 24, he's getting on now. Gomez is younger, and I think he's got a higher ceiling. It could be a right back version of Mateo Chavez, like I said. So I kind of don't want to disrupt that. I feel like if we get Ledezma, even if on a free, we're going to have to play him a lot. Obviously, we're going to be probably paying him decent wages. So, you sign a player, you play him. So then you can get, and obviously that, Adam Mozo as well. Is he going to go? Is he going to stay? I kind of hope he stays. I think his experience will help Gomez out no end. But Mozo's good enough to be a starter for any team in the league, so he could leave. And if he does, okay, Ledezma could rotate with Gomez. That makes sense. But if we keep Mozo, I think we could see Ledezma play in the midfield, in my opinion. And midfield needs work. I think it's our problem area right now. I think we're a good striker. I think we're good in our attack, to be honest with you, even though the attack has kind of let us down a bit in the league this season. I think our attacking is set. I think Chicharito could still leave. Pulido, I think he's limited time here at Chivas. I think we've still got Hormigo up there. Can Cabarrus leave? I mean, it's possible. We're heavily linked to Efrain Alvarez as well. That's nowhere near as done deal as this. So yeah, I feel like Ledezma is going to be playing midfield for us. Unless Mozo leaves, and if Mozo leaves, then okay, Ledezma and Gomez can rotate their right back and spot, no problem. Like I said, it's a decent move. It's a free transfer. Why not? I think his nationality is still up for question as well. I've just looked because I know of him, but I haven't looked too deep into every single player's career. But it looks like he's only played a friendly for the US. He's played a whole bunch of youth systems, age groups with the USA, so it looks like he's heavily leaning towards USA. The USA fans treat him as one of their players, but I don't think he's confirmed the USA player yet, so he could still choose Mexico. As far as I know, his only senior appearance for the USA was a friendly, so I don't think that counts as a tying thing where he forces him to choose his nationality. So I think it's still open question right now. So the whole Kate Cow thing, I don't think it's going to happen again with Ledezma. I think he could still choose Mexico. Whether it's easier for him to get into the USA team, I think, than it is to the Mexican national team. So he could still choose USA, but it is what it is. It's not a free. I don't mind that. It's a good bit of business. My only problem is we're getting this deal done without a coach still. A coach is going to come in, he's going to have his own ideas, he's going to want to have his own players. I know the Mexican League has this thing where managers are not as powerful in Mexico as they are, say, Premier League, in choosing who they... a coach in the Premier League walks into that club and goes, okay, these are the players I want, or the types of players I want, you go find them. And then, their technical directors or their sporting directors or whoever go and find these players and they mix and they agree which player they want. In Mexico, from my experience, is the club tells the manager what players they want, and the manager just has to do what he works with and do the best he can. Um, so yeah, I mean it's a little bit uncomfortable, disconcerting, I guess. That we're starting to buy players now, even on a free, without a coach. At least give their input. And, whoever comes in is going to go, okay, where am I going to play Ledezma? Am I going to disrupt Gomez's experience, or is he going to cover Gomez, or is he going to go in midfield? Yeah, a lot of people saying this move as Mozo is definitely leaving. I don't think so. Having said that, I think he's one of the players that we could use to get money, and we could use as a make way, like we did with the Chiquete thing, do an exchange, for example. So that's possible. I really hope Mozo does not leave. He's one of my favourite players. I love the guy. I think he's an amazing guy. And I don't want him to leave. But, if he does, I hope you get a decent amount of money for him. And again, I would rather see Gomez start at right back for us the next season, because I think he's got a really good career ahead of him. And I feel about him the way I felt about Mateo Chavez, and that's been vindicated. So that is what it is. And yeah, regarding this whole manager situation, I think, I'm not going to talk about the Spanish dude. He's all but Rayado's coach right now, so that's fine. Cruz Azul have gotten their new coach, I think. I'm not going to talk about him. I don't think he was ever really in the running for Chivas anyway. Mateus Almeida, apparently he has been contacted. He's out of contract now with AEK at Athens, so he's approachable. The trouble is he's only just left them, and he's been with them for a while. He's coached pretty much every year for God knows how long. The rumours are that we have contacted him, and we really want him, but we need him now, obviously. We need him. We need whoever we get. We need to come in basically now, before May is over, so that you can assess the situation, assess the players, get all the pre-season, and then go into the next season. And Mateus, there's rumours, there's reports that he's gone, well, I want a break. Whether he can afford that, whatever club comes in for him is going to want, you'd think, him to come in this summer and then, play the next season. So whether he's on about maybe having a year off, maybe, or maybe until January, and see what clubs are looking for coaches in January. But joining a club mid-season for a coach is never really ideal. You kind of want to have that pre-season under your belt. So, yeah, I mean, undoubtedly, he's out of contract. He's not, technically he's unemployed right now. He's totally gettable, and it's, because he's emotional ties to Chivas, it makes absolute sense to contact him. I don't think it makes total sense that he's going to I want a break. I don't really want to rush into it. Obviously, he's got to look into his situation and take his time to make the decision, sure. But in terms of I want a break, I don't want to have another job this summer or whatever, I think that's dubious. I think it's more likely he's like, okay, give me time to think about it. I've got other options. I want to weigh it all up and decide what's best for me, which is fair enough. So I think the Mateus Almeida thing is still up in the air at the moment. And mate, if he comes back, I think he could really revolutionise this club. If Amaury gives him the tools and gives him the freedom to do what he can, I think he can absolutely boss this league. He's done it before. I think he could do it again. And he's got, I think, in my opinion, a better squad now. Obviously, we've still got Deadwood that we need to get rid of. We've got players that should be moved on, but maybe not a Deadwood, but still should be moved on. He's got a massive crop of young players, to choose from, to develop. And, I think he would be excited to come back to Chivas, not just because of the emotional thing, but, the players that we have, the young players that we have, we just need a couple of tweaks and a really good manager to come in, and then bosh, I think we could fly. Maybe that's wishful thinking, hopeful thinking. It's possible. I mean, I hold my hands up to that. But I really do think we have got a really, really a great young squad here at this club, and I think it just takes a spark and a really good manager who knows what he's doing in this league. To really just unleash them, and I think we're on the precipice of that. But if we don't get Mateus Almeida, let me know who you think we should bring in as a coach. For me, I'm not too bothered about coaches. I'm not researching it all. I'm not trying to get my favourite or whatever. With the coaching, I'm a little bit more go with the flow. Whoever they bring in is whoever they bring in, and you know, if it's someone I don't know, I'll research them and I'll get my pros and cons from that. I'm not really too fussed. I mean, I would love to have Almeida. He's my favourite. Ask me if I have to answer that for you. It's Almeida. I think he can come in. He knows the league. He knows the club, and I think he'll do wonders with our players. Pulido, I mean, there's some players that he's worked with before. Pulido, for example, I think he could bring the best out of them as well. So that's my first pick. Other than that, I'm not too fussed. Really, it's, you know, I trust the club in the sense that I trust them to do their due diligence and pick the best player, pick the best coach that's available, that actually wants to be coach of Chivas and not just get a load of money like the other Spanish dude is apparently. So yeah, I'm all go with the flow with that, and you know, like I said, whoever we bring in, I'll assess as and when. Let me know what you think about Richard Ledezma. Obviously, there's a bit of a divine issue. Some fans are really up for it. I'm kind of up for it. It's a free deal. Like, why not? It's just where we're going to play him. I don't want him to come in, like I said, and play right back because I think we're settled at right back. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on him and what other players do you think we're going to get for Alvarez. Anyone else? I'm not too fussed about players right now either, to be honest with you. At the moment with Chivas, I'm kind of go with the flow. You know, it is. I'll take what happens as and when. But the Ledezma thing, because obviously it's all but announced, really. So I thought I'd give my opinion on it now because I'm free and I can do a video on it. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on the club in general as well, and yeah, we'll talk about it in the comments. So yeah, thanks guys. We do appreciate you guys watching. Have a really good rest of your week, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time for when there's something new to talk about with Chivas. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.